All right, hello guys. I'm just gonna quickly go over this really quick. Um, so part of my channel, we do some gematria. We do true stuff. We even dive into a couple conspiracies here and there, and that's all fine and dandy. I get that. I get that. We need to do that within this community. But know what? With the sheep, we need to stop diving into the conspiracy, and we need to stop diving into even gematria when we talk to sheep. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you start saying, "Well, Gavin Newsom said 50% chance of people with cuckold disease," 56% of people are going to get cuckold disease in 8 weeks, which is 56 days. In gematria, Gavin Newsom equals 56, and so is cuckold iris. And why I call it cuckold iris is because I have to, um, I have to censor myself on Jesuit tube here. But know what? This is for this isn't. This is for the sheep who are more like, oh my god, I'm getting the jab because I need to get it because I'm here for people and I want to keep people safe and blah 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 blah. Where are you with the McDonald's? Where are you with McDonald's? Where are you with these bad eating habits that people have? They eat a lot of TV dinners. They eat a lot of pizza. They they drink a lot. No, I drink too, but like fuck, I go to the gym 7 days a week. I do shit outside. I have a very physical job. And so like, yeah, I mean, you want vices, you gotta give back to the earth. A vice is something like, so like, yeah, I mean, if I like McDonald's, which I don't understand why you would like it, yeah, I mean, once in a while I even eat it, but it's like, trust me, if I was closer to a nicer city, I wouldn't even eat this shit because once I'm done with work and I want something hot and I really just don't want to cook something at 11:30 at night, yeah, McDonald's around here is the only place that's open. And most of the time I say fuck no. Once in a while, like maybe once a month. But I'm telling you right now, if it wasn't for and that's the thing. It's the environment. So, okay, McDonald's and Burger King and all these shithole places get to be open during the whole fuckdemic. Where have you guys been? The jabbers just really fucking going adamant with the thing on the face and the fucking things in the arm. You guys are really fucking all about health, huh? How about all the fucking people who die from heart disease? Because not only they're not educated on proper diet and nutrition, they're addicted to subsidized sugar that the fucking fucknuts that you motherfuckers think are so fucking great, like the FDA, right? Fructose, high fructose corn syrup and drug administration. Um, yeah. So they subsidize processed sugars to make like things like Oreos and cereals and things at an affordable price. So I want to get a cereal which is like this big of like real granola, and like things like that in a box. And next to it some fruity pebbles. Well, one is like $8 with like two bowls of cereal, and one is like $3 for like six bowls of cereal. And I have kids. Well, which one am I gonna get? Man, I'm like, obviously, I'm gonna get the fucking sugary shit. Here you motherfuckers are thinking you're on some high horse type shit, and your guys are fucking retarded. I care about health. Why aren't you fucking making big tobacco? Get rid of big tobacco. How about you guys don't go fucking do that shit? Have people grow their own tobacco if they want to smoke. Oh well, you want tobacco? Well, you gotta grow it. We're not gonna sell at the stores anymore. You want this? You gotta grow it. Oh, you want alcohol? Well, you're gonna have to, make it yourself. Fuck. I'm all down for that too. And I love beer and I love wine. I'm not a big fan of liquor, but fuck, I love beer and I love wine. And I have made my own beer. I have not made my own wine, and I would love to learn. So, you know, why during this whole fuckdemic thing, why didn't we like teach people, okay, we really need to improve on our mental and physical and emotional health? Because right now there's no, miracle magical cure for this. So now we have to boost our immune systems. No, instead, let's just put a fucking thing over our face and just be like, know what, we're good. As long as the thing's over your face, and if the thing is not over the face, time to freak out, fire people, ruin their lives, and stop the world. The world needs to stop because the thing is now over your face. Instead of teaching, maybe increase like like certain root vegetables, let's increase things like herbs. Instead of going out to eat 5 times in a month, invest in a thing like I have Arrow Garden. I have an Arrow Garden right there. It's a hydroponics. All those are herbs. I can just cut my herbs every day, put them in my food. Herbs that increase lymphocyte amounts. They have cancer fighting agents in it. They have antioxidants in it, which are anti aging. I mean, come the fuck on. But here you are. I care about health. No, you fucking don't. And this isn't medical misinformation either. How is it? I'm saying McDonald's and soda and shit's really bad and herbs are good for you. But no, no, no. Miracle magical cure in the arm, whichever arm, and in the butt, because there's three of them. Put the thing on your face, restrict your breathing and increase claustrophobia. Let's do that. And condition people into doing that from a very young age. That this is a normal thing when you're fucking a 4-year-old. People don't notice that this is psychosocial conditioning at childhood developing stage. And you know what's really funny? You don't hear anything about child psychiatrists coming out. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. This is a way to psychically condition children into a comprised set of being. And guess what, motherfuckers? It's also the thing that's going in your arm. How about you look up the ingredients? And if you don't know it, because you probably don't know biochemistry, which I do, look up hydroxybutyl, look up acetylene, look up hexane, look up polyethylene glycol, and there's quite a bit more. Those are the three main ones. And I've been talking about these things since last November for a whole year. And now when you look up the stuff, they try to confuse you about what those ingredients really are. Well, we use this really for that. Like it's such a small amount, like you don't need to worry about it. It's just like, the main ingredient. And how you know? How do you know? Really? You're gonna trust some pharmaceutical company in the FDA? Really? The FDA? You're gonna trust the FDA. After everything I just said, you're going to trust the FDA, who hasn't even actually passed it, who overlooks the supplement industry. I used to work at GNC. So it's like, I mean, what, like, I'm not saying germs aren't real. I'm not saying the flat earth exists. I'm not saying, I'm not a QAnon supporter. So then what am I? Well, I'm just me. These are things I've observed. These are things I've studied. These are things that make a lot of sense because these are facts. And like, there's a lot of things that are backwards. If I'm all about health, wouldn't I be trying to increase health and not trying to like pump thing pump artificial shit into people? No, like I'm gonna be like increase your exercise, increase, vegetables and herbs. Eat fruit once a day. Increase your protein amount. Make sure you eat more eggs. Eggs are really good. Eat more fish. Eat chicken or steak or pork chops or whatever, once or twice a week rather than, every day. No, no, thing over the face. Shut the fuck up. You don't know shit. You're not Anthony Fuckboy Fauci or Sanjay Fuckba and fucking Fuck Biden and all those motherfuckers. You're not these motherfuckers. So therefore, you don't know anything. Then again, every freaking day I go to work, I have to deal with those type of people who run the company. It's like, how in the it's like, man, we've conditioned Americans so much to consume. I mean, they need to consume. They can't even help it. So that's why I have to say, like, like, guys, you guys can't just go into an argument with a sheep and start spitting gematria, dude. That's like sacred knowledge, guys. Like, they're not gonna understand that ever. They're just not gonna, unless they've been curious about numerology and numbers. I mean, if they haven't even thought about that at all, and they're just fucking jerking off the fucking sports all day and their fantasy football and their OnlyFans. They are in school, and when they probably discover Zach, he was probably on, probably not even on his game. If he's on his game, he's teaching at a college level, very high college level. If he's just on an average day, it's like a 2-year school college level. That's still higher than 75% of American reading level is like fucking fifth grade or lower. That's why they made that show. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Dude, like fifth graders know, like, when I was in fifth grade, I was already learning fucking trigonometry. And then we moved to New York, and then um I'm like learning basic algebra again. And I'm like sitting there in class like so fucking bored. And the problem is like, oh well, no, I can just get ahead. Yeah, I already know all this. I'm just gonna play it cool. Like I wasn't that kid. I should have been, but whatever. I wasn't, and that's too late to change any of that. So like, yeah, like we're, if we're at college reading level, or at least a 10th grade reading level, most people graduate college barely are at an 8th grade reading level. And people who haven't graduated college are not even at a 5th grade reading level. So, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna come at them and not to take the jab, you're gonna like the way that's worked almost nearly every time. And I'm like, can you name the first three ingredients in it? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you need the credentials too. That's what sucks. That's what sucks. I'm sorry. That is what sucks. You need to have the credentials. I have the credentials. Okay, well, I have a degree in physiology and a minor in biochem. Do you know what hydroxybutyl is? Technically, it's hydroxybutyl acetylene. Acetylene. It's that's just I hate it. But it's hydroxybutyl, which it is quite a cancerous substance, but they do put it in certain things. Um, it is I hate, but a petroleum substance. And then acetylene is a gas that is extremely harmful, and it's an inorganic compound. So hydroxybutyl is an organic compound. They they combined this inorganic and organic compound and made you know, make the mechanical RNA. And that your cells communicate with one another with one another, right? They communicate. So like if you think of a neuron when you're thinking and you're telling your hand to do this, there's synapses and all kinds of other things going on that you know that's like a whole class of a session to teach. But there's electrical signals going on to make my hand do this, and it's telling my cells, or my brain is telling my neurological cells to make my hands move. Now, with this, it replaces those neurons and copies them, and it's not just neurons; it's any cell, and they eventually die out in your body, and now your body doesn't have the right proteins anymore, and have been replaced, which are actually nanoparticles. Now your cells need more to communicate, and if they can't communicate, it will cause a problem with mitosis, which is what it causes cancer. So you're going to see a big influx of cancer in people probably in their 40s. And I mean, unless they got it, at an old age, it's gonna be rapid. But if you got it in your 20s and 30s, I would expect people getting cancer in the next 5 to 10 years at an alarming rate. And that only makes sense because hexane has crude oil in it. I mean, that just toxifies all your cells. And then polyethylene glycol, which is the main ingredient in antifreeze solution. So I mean, who are you kidding? I mean, which one's a more compelling argument with the sheep? Gematria, which is a compelling argument, but you're sharing sacred knowledge that people are just not going to understand right there off the fucking street. You gotta make them look like a hypocrite. They do not want to look like hypocrites. And if you hit the checkmate on them on that making them a hypocrite, then they're gonna change because they don't want to look like a hypocrite. You know, stinking fly. But here you guys go. Oh, Gavin Newsom, 56 days, blah blah blah. Coronavirus, 56. Anthony Fauci, 56, Washington D.C. Oh, he's 56s, whatever way you want to do it. Jesus, cross, parables, Messiah, gospel. I mean, if you haven't been curious about numerology before at all, you're gonna steer people away from the truth like right away. So, in my experience, when I just explained about the jab, what I just said has pretty much stopped about 9 out of 10 of the people, and it's got me fired, all kinds of other shit. I don't even give a fuck. I put it on here on my last channel. I got like 500 views in like I don't know 2 hours, which is for me like holy shit. And then YouTube took it down for medical disinformation, even though I was using the FDA's website and Pfizer's website. So dumb. Medical disinformation. What do you mean? I'm pulling this right up from the FDA's website. I gotta go to the restroom. So, you guys want to debate sheep and get them to wake up and shit? You guys are all doing it wrong. It's just like, you gotta really dumb down your shit. Like, you guys are like trying to sound as smart as you can. These people are fucking stupid. and you know they're stupid, but here you are trying to talk to them like you're going to talk to me. The other thing that annoys me is like truthers try to fucking out truth another person. It's like, dude, I'm a truther. Like, who are you debating with? I'm not like we shouldn't even be debating. Makes no fucking sense. There's no such thing as germs. Shut the fuck up. Another thing I fucking hate about the it's like, man, God, you guys jump on like these certain conspiracy theories, and they're like, yeah, like, I think a lot of the germs that we talk about, one, germs is a very, very broad and uh, layman's term. Like, I'm a germ compared to another person. And let's take an STD, for example. These are real things. STDs are real. I have seen them under even a microscope. And you would want to throw up when you see a little worm thing attacking white blood cells. Neutrophils, I believe. Neutrophils and basophils are the types of white blood cells that normally attack things like gonorrhea. And you want to sit here and tell me there's no such thing as germs? Dude, you guys know how stupid that makes us sound? Because there's not such thing as germs. Have you ever studied biochemistry and looked under a microscope, or, you know, have you guys ever, yeah, fly, guy's ass. Have you guys ever looked under a microscope? No? Then shut the fuck up. It's like flat earth. You have a spaceship? Are you going to show me a fucking picture of space? No? Shut the fuck up. Okay, at least with Gematria, you can prove it. I mean, I would use that after you get a sheep to the next level of things. You know, you gotta plant a seed first before you like Gematria is like, springtime. Like, the tree's growing and it's gonna start flowering. Then you hit some Gematria with it, like some real fucking, plant food. You can't just go right on in, when you're just a seed. And a lot of you guys do that shit. It's fucking irritating the fuck out of me. It's like you guys are actually putting us back, unless that was the complete intention from the very get go. You're doing it wrong. And I'm not saying that there's always a right way to speak truth, because there isn't a right or wrong way. But you guys want to get to the sheep. God, I've woken up a lot of people. I mean, and planted tons of seeds. But there's a lot of people I failed. And it's because maybe I jumped the gun, and I've noticed what I did wrong with those people. But most of the people who haven't gotten the I've turned them away. And a lot of those people were people I just cared about. All the people I don't give a fuck about or don't know, and never said shit because I don't give a fuck anymore. I said what I had said a year ago before the things even came out. I was saying what the fuck were in them. You know, I got censored. I put out another video, but that didn't even get 50 views. The same one. And YouTube didn't even censor it. They shadow banned it, but they didn't censor. Well, they did censor, I guess. I would technically be censoring, but they didn't take it down, even though it was the same exact video. After I was suspended for a whole week, I put it right back up again, and never got taken down. And there's a couple of truthers that saw it, and They were pretty wowed by it, but whenever I speak about like the real organic chemistry of things, like some people, even in this community, are like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" It's like, yeah, exactly. That's how you get the sheep. Oh man, those are big words. That guy knows what he's talking about, even though I do know what I'm talking about. But like that's how they know how I'm talking about it. They're like, "Oh wow, wow, yeah, yeah." Like he's making it make a lot of sense. You're not gonna get them on the gematria right away. It's just you can't. It's sacred knowledge. They've got to read so much shit before they can even get on the gematria. It's not like you were just completely asleep and then you woke up to gematria. Like you had to probably go through a whole process, like we all did. Gematria is on one of them top tiers of truth. So you can't you that's why maybe that's why Zach just doesn't get it. Like that you're speaking like the one of the top tiers of truth, right? Like you got to get these people. It's a roller coaster. You just don't go right away to the to the loop or like hang upside down. You go all the way up and then kind of come to go boom and then and then you go like that. You know, and two. I really think like we should put some LSD in the water supply. Like I really do. We gotta do something. If every truther in every community in this country just got a shit ton of LSD and just somehow figured out, just said fuck it, we're gonna sacrifice. Like all of us are just gonna sacrifice all of our whatever freedom that we do have left. Go to jail and shit, and just sneak into the water supply company and just put LSD in all the water. That would be the greatest chance we have. I feel like that's something we could do, but like it would wake people up, but we would have to pay for it. And what's it matter? Either way, we're still slaves. Anyway, I'm gonna close this live stream. It's almost 3 in the morning. I just want to get that out there. Like these people are not health conscious. They don't know shit about health. Nurses don't know anything about health at all. They know procedures and policies on certain conducts of the hospital or clinic that they work for. And then there's ways to do processes and procedures. That's it. They don't know anything else. They don't know how to teach you how to work out. They can tell you extremely basic shit. They don't know shit about diet. They don't know anything about diet. They don't learn anything about nutrition when they go to nursing school. None. There isn't a nutrition class that they take. Of the 4 states I've lived in since I've been an adult, like actually lived in, not Maine, New York, Florida, actually 5, Virginia, and Wisconsin. None of them required any nutritional course for nursing. Nursing is the police. It's the equivalent of the police for the police academy or the criminal justice program for healthcare. They are the cops of healthcare. So, and the doctors are the judges, and the PAs and NPs and share the lawyers, and then you have the administrators who are like the DA. It's the same. It's all the same. How all the things are operated, they're all the same. Different names and different professions, but the results are all the same. So, change my mind. Fortunately, you can't change the mind right here. Third eye. There's no way. But yeah. You want to wake up sheep? I don't really care, guys. Fuck the sheep in my mind. They're really annoying. But I know a lot of you guys are gun ho. You can take what I said and learn from it, or you can just go over there and say a bunch of numbers to them and what these words in this name equal really fast so you can get to the point because teaching gematria is this like you can only teach it to certain people. You cannot teach it to this population. It's impossible. This won't ever happen. It's unrealistic. So in reality, you can teach gematria to someone like me. In reality, a brain dead loser out there, you're not going to teach gematria to at all. That is a failed, sad, pathetic attempt. Uh, if you're going to teach gematria, you're going to have to know like these other things that I mentioned, like biochemistry. Well, hey, like I could take it a step further than that because I think there's something more than just money. I think that there's the actual real ritual going on. You care to hear about it? Blah blah blah. Yeah, sure. Like you already caught my interest. Yeah, you know what? I'm fact checking you right now as you're talking, and you've been right the whole time. So yeah, I'm all ears about what you have to say. But you guys want to go? Germs aren't real. Okay, dude, you're fucking dumb. Get your fucking self a microscope. Get some slides. Get some sheep's blood petri dishes. Get all kinds of shit. Go ahead. Tell me germs aren't real. Go ahead, grow some mushrooms too. Tell me that germs aren't real. Go grow some fucking food outside. Tell me germs aren't real. I've had tons of plants get diseased. Trees. You're gonna sit here and tell me that I was just around somebody who was just detoxing and now I'm suddenly detoxing. Now I can understand that theory because their vibration latched on the mind. And no, I think that there's a lot of proof to that. So there are things that make me question, but when I can see it under the microscope and I know the sheep will have too, you're gonna have a really hard time convincing them. And then anything that you say after that, they're just gonna discredit you. It's just like flat Earth. There's a lot of things that can even easily make the Earth round too, or I mean, actually a sphere where gravity goes into the center of a sphere. So for some reason they always say downward. It's not how. That's not how the math problem of a sphere works. So um, the gravity always goes in the center of a sphere. It's just like a baseball. When you throw a baseball, the most force is always in the center. Or basketball, anything that's a sphere. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Good luck out there. Fuck the sheep and fuck the judge over. Bunch of pussies.